Yo, 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 welcome back to the Lum And Lal show.
Bing bong.
Yes, I'm your host, Lal.
This is your boy Lum. What it do?
Yes, yes, and this is your daily or your weekly injection of introspection.
Damn.
Yeah, I came up with that. Yeah, it's nice.
Did you freestyle that motherfucker?
I think I said that in a song.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
all right.
I said that in a song a
That's
minute
all
ago.
right. You might have to charge niggas for shit like that.
Hey, it's already trademarked, so don't
Say
do
that
it.
for okay, bet.
Don't you even
Say
try.
that for the Patreon, baby.
Yeah, man. So we just talked on the way over here. We was talking about something that happened a couple months ago. We was talking about the passing of Takeoff, and it brought to my mind conflict resolution. And it's also a part of this. I've been doing this Google certificate thing just to test my skills, challenge myself, man. And it was actually a part of the module I did yesterday. And then I woke up to the thing that happened with Shannon Sharp at the Grizzlies game. And I'm thinking like, yo, conflict resolution, man. Like, when are we going to start realizing that everything ain't gotta be up and stuck? You feel me? Like, yeah, that's what's really on my mind right now.
Yeah. Testosterone, ego will get you killed. Ego will get you killed. Ego's taking a lot of like great men completely off this earth. Just a moment of ego.
A moment of ego, too. Like, it don't even have to be a lifelong egotistical type of motherfucker.
A moment of ego.
It can be a moment of ego.
Just take you right off this earth. You know,
yeah.
It's definitely important.
And you know, it's crazy because, like when I looked at the video of the Shannon Sharp thing, I don't even know what really happened. I just know he was yelling at one dude.
Yeah, I can give you the breakdown that he said or whatever.
What he said? What he say?
Well, basically, he said he was on the sideline, and when the Lakers start coming back, you know, he's like one of the biggest Bron fans, one of the biggest Bron supporters, so he's been going to the games a lot. And I think he told Dylan Brooks, like, yo, you too small to guard Bron. You way too small. And Dylan Brooks was like, fuck you. He was like, no, nigga, fuck you. And Dylan Brooks started kind of mouthing off, and that's when you see Shannon Sharp come to the court and kind of start being like, yo, nah, come over here and say fuck you. You talking all that shit. Then you see Steven Adams came over. That was the only time I was worried about saying Shannon Sharp. But Steven Adams came over because he's like a fucking, he start tossing kids like they were kindergartners across his fucking chest. Like, what do you mean? What did you say? And then John Morant came over. Then John Morant's dad came over. But basically, according to Shannon Sharp, he basically was like, yeah, them fools came over, act like they want to smoke. He's like, but don't let them fool you. Them fools did not want no smoke. He's like, what happened? He's like, then Brooks came over. He acted like he wanted to smoke, and I told him he can get some. He was like, then Steven Jackson came over. I told him when Steven Adams came over, I told him he can get some.
So
then Morant.
That's the thing. A lot of people was like, oh man, Shannon Sharp don't want it with Steven Adams. I'm like, bro, first of all, okay, Steven Adams got a foot and a half on Shannon Sharp. Cool. But that don't mean nothing, bro.
Yeah, people, just look at Shannon Sharp. Like, he's like built like a fucking.
I'm tired of people trying
pyramid.
to say, oh, size is. He got size, bro.
Yeah.
One of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time was
undersized.
Come on, bro.
Undersized, the greatest heavyweight champion on time.
Yeah.
Excluding,
depending on who you're talking to.
Ali, you know what I mean?
and he gonna pick Ali every time.
He gonna pick Ali.
If you don't know who we talking about Mike Tyson.
Yeah, we talk about, of course.
And I mean, what are we talking about here? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
I feel like that could have been resolved a little better. But you know, I understand being in the heat of the moment when you really into competition and shit, and somebody just saying something to you, and you know, he probably felt at that moment like, God damn, this nigga's big as fuck. He's old. He's old as fuck. Why is this 38-year-old nigga putting 35 points on me? Like, why don't he relax? I understand Dylan Brooks probably frustrated trying to guard LeBron and shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause they probably thought they was gonna come in there and get that win because the Lakers were struggling. You know what I mean? And they're missing Anthony Davis. They end up getting the win. And it was a frustrating game for them. At the end of the game, they kind of stole that shit.
Yeah.
So it was like the heat of the moment type shit. And Shannon Sharp's just the, you know what I mean, the antagonist. But basketball has a history of them legendary fans antagonizing players. I remember Chris Bosh's girlfriend talking shit to LeBron way before they played together early in the career. Right. They were down 24.
That's what I don't want you to do, baby. Don't do that.
Yeah, he started talking crazy to LeBron. Like, you ain't
don't
shit.
Do that.
LeBron looked over, nodded his head, literally went on. I was watching the game. Literally went on to score 25 points in the fourth quarter and bring them all the way back to win. He hit the last free throw and was cracking up, pointing at her. Like, it's your fault they lost. It's your fault they lost. Then you got Spike Lee talking crazy to Reggie Miller with the Knicks being down, and then Reggie Miller hitting like 8 points in 8.9 seconds, and then coming over to Spike Lee and like grabbing his neck and his nuts at the same time. Like Reggie Miller's crazy.
And it's wild because, I mean, that moment was cleared up, so that's cool. But often moments like that, because that moment was cleared up because it wasn't like at the record. It wasn't at Mellon. You know what I mean? It wasn't like out playing basketball on the blacktop. Because if it was a
Yeah.
blacktop, some shit would have went down.
Oh yeah, they would have fought instantly. for
And
sure.
so like conflict resolution, man, just brought to my mind the Boondocks. And I don't know if you remember this episode where they was talking about a nigga moment. Remember the nigga moment episode?
Yeah.
The nigga moment episode was talking about what stops two people from diving deep into a situation, to a conflict, right? The only thing that really stopped it was laughter, a joke, or some shit like that. And I feel like that's just true, man. Like, cause whenever I've been in a situation, I've seen two people about to get into it, or somebody to say something funny, it just soak up the tension.
Yeah.
Like, it just literally sucks the tension out of the situation. Like,
Yeah, there's always those nigga moments, for real. And you see when it go left.
yeah, and that's why comedians don't get punched on, cause they say some wild shit, but like, if you can make it funny, it's like, it just sucks up the. You know what I mean? Because comedians be saying some wild shit. Like,
Yeah, definitely be saying some wild shit.
Like, if you take the comedy out of it, it's like, oh no,
it's some wild shit sometimes. But you know, sometimes the wildest shit is the funniest shit. Like, you need to teeter on the edge. I don't want to hear your fucking PG, fucking family oriented jokes and shit that's safe for everybody where no one's fucking. I don't want to hear that. If you got a black joke and you a white comedian and it's funny, I'ma laugh.
Yeah,
I've heard funny black joke. I'ma laugh. They're not all offensive. I'm not walking around on my tippy toes. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, and that's probably a more sensitive subject, but I feel like a lot of people, you know what I mean, kind of hang on comedians for a lot of the things that they say about like culture and stuff. And I just wish, like, as a black person, I had the luxury to have like my biggest issue with my race being like the type of shit comedians say about us. Because like there's so much deeper shit. Like the biggest thing we had to worry about was being offended by fucking comedians. Picture how much better
I get what you mean.
like, you know what I mean, life would be for, like, you know what I'm saying, for black people in general. To me, it's just weird. I'm not one of those people when someone says, like, oh, well, how would you feel? If the joke is funny, I'm gonna laugh. Man. Like, I've literally laughed at Bill Burr jokes. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Michael Rappaport jokes, even though he's been controversial.
I mean, you
sometimes.
can't really say how would you feel to anyone who grew up in the hood or hood adjacent or a hood school. You can't really say that
because
to
you've
us.
been talked about.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. You've been talked about.
We rip on each other. We call it ripping here. I don't know. You might call it cracking. You might call it
I've heard
jonesing.
I've heard bussing.
I've heard bussing. I've heard
dozens.
The dozen. Whatever you call it.
Yeah, man.
We do it.
Yeah.
To perfection.
Absolutely.
So
it's art.
When someone's like, "How would you feel if someone cracked a joke?" I'm like, "Bro, that's how we grew
I'd
up.
laugh or I crack one back. If it was good,
That's
I'd
it.
laugh.
Like we go. Like I'm not about to be sitting here feeling like I need to fill out a fucking report to HR about a motherfucker cracking a joke. Like I'm gonna say some shit back.
Motherfuckers do love filling out reports to HR.
Niggas love filling out reports to HR.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're needed.
Yeah,
but most of the time it's just like, all right,
sometimes they're needed.
You're just doing the most. All right, you just want a little, you know what I mean? You just want a little attention or whatever it is. But yeah, man, conflict resolution was on my mind. Not that I have a great spiel on how to resolve issues. I just think that it's crazy that it be the dumbest shit that cause the greatest fallouts.
Yeah.
It be like the dumbest shit. Like
dumbest shit.
It's not about nothing that matters.
Nothing.
That be causing some of the greatest fallouts.
It's just them nigga moments, man. Once the ego get involved, shit gets dangerous.
And when I say nigga moment, like a nigga moment is not exclusive to black people.
Yeah, a lot of races. Any race can have a nigga moment.
Everyone has.
Everybody has nigga moments.
Asian people be having mad nigga moments. You just don't be peeping it because they don't be speaking in a language that you understand. But they be arguing with each other all the fucking time.
Yeah, motherfuckers be having nigga moments. Niggas be having nigga moments.
Anybody can have one, and it's really just a moment of getting out of character and losing your cool, losing your ability to control your response. You didn't lose the ability to control your response, but you chose a response that was
losing your good judgment,
out of control.
You know what I mean? Yeah, losing your good judgment. It usually has lots. Like I told you before, we had a story about a nigga moment before I came here. I was just like, there was a moment where me and my friends got into it. You know what I mean? With somebody.
Oh yeah.
But prior to that moment, you know what I mean? It ended up being a big ass fight at a hotel. You know what I mean? But prior to the moment where we got into it, I remember my friend calling me out of a room, and I step out the room, and there's a guy on the outside of the room. You know, it's a pretty well-known guy who I'm not gonna name drop. But like, it was a guy outside the room, and he said, yo, y'all niggas came out like y'all wanted to do something.
Right.
And me sober, me now, you know what I mean? I can already think of my response. Yo, fam, like we ain't on that, you know what I mean? I just had a girl show up, you know what I mean? We here drinking and shit. We're not really trying to get into no shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really that. I'm not letting my ego take over shit, you know what I mean, in certain situations. But I was very, very drunk that night. Like I was definitely drunk. I was very it was crazy. We definitely, I think me and my man Juice was, I don't know, we were having a competition or something. I think I was like 9 shots of Henny in, like 8 beers.
No, bro, he's tripping.
Like I was dumb drunk. So like
9 shots of Henny. I don't think there was ever a point in my life.
Yeah.
Cause I was never a super drinker, but like when my highest drinking point, I don't think I was taking 9 shots of anything.
Yeah, and to be honest, it was just a bad idea from the jump because we ended up. It was like my homeboys. It was Vic's prom. You know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
and we ended up going, and we're like, all right, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We'll go. We'll get a couple rooms. You know what I'm saying? We'll all invite some girls. We'll have a little party that night. And that was Vic's idea, but I didn't know like their whole entire like school was going to go there. So it was just man, there was 300 kids there. 300 people there, you know what I mean?
That was gonna be some low key.
Low key, I'm thinking invite a
pull
little
up to the telly, nah.
None of that.
The telly pulled up to y'all.
Pull up to y'all.
It's everybody.
I mean, it pulled up to us. But when I came out that room, like I said, I was drunk. So instead of my regular response where I would, dial the situation down to tell everybody to check their egos, I responded, yo, bitch ass nigga, I don't even know who the fuck you are. And I don't even think that makes sense. And I'm not thinking about it. I think about it every time, and I see myself, and I'm just like, why did you like completely fire like that?
That's some downtown shit.
Yeah,
like you ever see niggas argue downtown?
Yeah,
that's some downtown shit. Like somebody just say an insult don't make no fucking sense. Like I seen there's 2 white niggas arguing. It was going back and forth. Like, oh yeah, tough guy. Let's go to the river. Let's take it to the river. It's like take it to the river.
What does that mean? I don't want to fight nobody.
Why am I about to fight you by the river?
I'm
nigga,
not fighting nobody by the river. What?
First of all, to put this in context, to anybody listening, the river was a 20-minute walk.
I'm not walking 20 minutes to fight nobody.
Walking
either.
20 minutes to go fight.
Especially
and
not
I'm
by the
walking
river.
with you side by side. I'm gonna beat your ass when we get to the river.
Yeah,
we got 17 minutes. And I'm gonna fucking crack your head at this. No, bro.
Like you fucking
I'm
stretching
not
while you get
walking
there. No, I'm gonna beat your ass
to the river to fight you. I'm not walking with you. At this point, we didn't bond it. I know your kid's name.
Yeah, we done bonded.
By the time we get to the river,
minutes later, like you know what I mean. It's like we don't really gotta fight. We didn't talk for 19 minutes. Why we fight? We can just keep talking.
Like, come on,
it's just not that real. But nobody want to say that. Everybody always want to be on some extra tough
That's
shit.
Some downtown shit.
And like and I just feel stupid about even having that come out of my mouth at this point in time as being, you know what I'm saying, an adult. It's just like, damn, bro. I could have diffused the whole situation. We all could have went home. And obviously I wasn't the main, being that I was getting called out into a situation. Obviously I wasn't the initial person who had altercation with somebody, but I do feel like when I came out there, that was my nigga moment, and I had a chance to make it not be a moment like that. And I failed.
See,
I failed.
See, my thing is now that I'm an adult man and I've successfully got past certain levels of life, I think about my response before I say it.
Yeah.
And that don't mean my response is gonna be perfect, because sometimes you do want to say some wild shit.
Yeah.
But I'm still thinking about the wild shit that I want to say in terms of class and tone.
Mm-hmm.
Class and tone still has to be in my response now. Yeah. Like somebody can say some wild shit to me, and I'm not about to raise my voice or nothing. But when I respond, it's gonna have class and tone. And it can be a response that's like, yo, let's go do this. Yeah. But it's not gonna be like, let's go outside, let's take it to the river. Let's take it to. I'm not coming like that.
Yeah, I hate them people. I used to hate them dudes in school. And like you start getting into an argument and you kind of know you about to fight. Because I used to like, all right, I realized a minute ago, like, all right, if I start fighting in school, like security's gonna rush in here. So if we gonna do this, we might as well do this. There's no point in being loud. There's no point in doing all that.
There's no point in doing that extra shit.
And I used to hate when I be talking to somebody and we're like, all right, niggas, whatever. And they want to stand up and push the table out like, all right, then let's fucking go then. And I'm just sitting in the chair like,
let's fucking go there.
Security guard to come here, head ass nigga. Like you wanted him to be here so bad. I just be like, all right, cool. I remember that happened to me twice.
And I do feel like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel like when you spend a lot of that energy at the beginning of the fight, that you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose
anyway.
And it's not even just. Like, the thing is, you just wasted a lot of energy, bro.
Yeah, you're screaming. You got veins popping out of your head. Your blood pressure's going.
Like
I haven't
you
even
just
stood up yet.
You just spent half the fight trying to initiate the fight.
Yeah,
like you pushing shit out the way, you taking your shirt off, you screaming, I'm tired of these motherfuckers. It's like, all right, bro, like, but just know you wasting energy. So when we get it cracking, 3 minutes later, you gonna be on the ground breathing. All right, bro, chill.
That's literally what I said. After he did that, I said, no, I'm not fighting you. Now I'm just beating you up at the bus stop. That's exactly what I said.
And you had it for the rest of the day, like, damn.
I said, no, I'm not fighting you. Now I'm beating you up at the
Having
bus
to fight later is wild.
Now you got to think about it all day. Now you know security ain't going to be there. Now you better call your dad to come pick you up, whatever the fuck you got to do. Because now you done made a fool of yourself in class. Now everybody's screaming. And motherfuckers is dumb enough to be in here thinking you tough. So I'm going to make sure you come back to school tomorrow looking like you got beat up at the bus stop. That was my whole mentality. And I remembered I was so mad. Like, it's just weird going to another school. And I wasn't even the type of person who went to a school and even got into it with people, but it was just like a weird, I think it was about a girl. It's always about a girl, ain't it? Pretty sure it was about 90% of the time.
I would say.
What percentage of the time is it about a girl?
In high school fights? Or just fights in general?
In general with men. What percentage of the time?
Is it about a woman?
To me, it's damn sure.
I would say upwards. I would say in the ballpark of upwards of 70%.
Okay, I was gonna say at least upwards of 50.
I would say upwards of 70.
I'm gonna agree.
Because the thing about it is like, yeah, it's usually about a woman just because. And I would say maybe 20% of the time it's about money.
Yeah.
But it's usually not because. Contrary to people's belief, men don't actually loan money to other men as often as people think they do.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't happen that often, I would say, between parties that are like, oh, this nigga ain't gonna pay me back.
Yeah.
Like, cause men, you got a couple of times to not pay a man back, like literally two, as another man.
Yeah.
And either he gonna want to fight you about it, or he's not gonna talk to you anymore.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even really about to be complicated. It's not gonna be like, cause my mom or other women I've seen, like, oh, my girl's down and out, and you keep reciprocating things that's not getting reciprocated back, and then they complain to their other friends about it and stuff. But I feel like niggas, we just be like, yo, check this out, bro. No.
Yeah.
Or we just gonna tell you I ain't got it.
Yeah.
Even if you got it, because it's like that nigga don't never pay back.
Yeah, I feel like this is with our friendships. There's a lot less maintenance with man friendships than there is usually with women friendships. I've learned that from like my women friends.
I've heard that from women.
From women exclusively. Yeah. Like I don't speak. I'm never gonna say anything about women that I haven't heard or had a woman directly tell me. Yeah. You ain't gonna get too many self opinions. Like I think, well, no, everything that you hear me say is gonna be something that I was directly educated about from a woman, and I've seen it, and that I've seen with my own eyes. Like I've seen friendships with women like dematerialize because like someone couldn't make a birthday party.
Yeah, like, that's facts.
You know what I mean? A birthday party can be an ending time at a friendship. Like me and Bilal was like best friends. I got a couple other friends. That,
I don't think me and you have even
years.
seen each other on our birthdays for like 4 years.
And I don't even think like we even be worried about that. If I had a party and Bilal didn't show up, I'd be like, oh damn, that nigga was busy. Damn, I'm mad he missed it. I wouldn't be thinking like, oh, this nigga, he spurned me. He fucking threw our friendship in the fucking trash because he couldn't make it to my birthday party. When he called me, I ain't gonna answer the phone. I'm gonna answer it all dry and shit. A birthday's usually like, yo, bro, what up? Happy birthday. What you get into? And one of us usually, I don't know, or I'm doing this, so all right, hit me. And then either we can make it or we can't, and then we usually go about that. You know what I mean? Even if I was planning something for a long time and you hit me and said, yo, nigga, I got a cold, or hey, nigga, guess what? I'm not really feeling like being out today.
Right.
I would be like, oh, okay,
cool.
I would understand.
It's fine.
But I've seen that be like an ending thing. Like,
no, and it has. Like, I've seen it be an ending thing. Like, or if somebody wanted to do something and you couldn't do something, I'm talking about like 2 women I've seen, you know, and that woman ended up doing something different that day. The other one ended up, you know, liking all her posts that she posts about that day, hearting everything on her story.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, all right, bro. Like,
I swear it's funny as hell. Like, oh, you didn't invite me. It's like, man, I had such a good time at my party, and she's gonna like it because she knows she didn't get invited.
Right. Like,
bet you did. Like,
so for example, right? For example, this girl was just telling me about 2 of her friends that aren't necessarily friends with each other, right? Yeah. They're cordial, but they're not like besties or nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the one getting married, and she invited the girl that I had a conversation with, but she didn't invite the other one. And it was like, you know, she's not really, you know, you're not really one of them. It's a small marriage, you know, it's at the crib with it. So, you know, sorry you ain't make the cut.
You think you in, but you ain't in.
You ain't in.
You ain't in.
And so now she pressuring the other girl who got invited to be her +1.
Like,
If you ain't get invited, if she told you, my bad, I can't invite you because it's a small dip and it's like real intimate, you feel me? How you gonna be the +1 to the person that I'm inviting that's standing right next to you? That's crazy.
That's like wanting to be like recruited by a school and they turn you down, so you show up to the game in a jersey and just run on the court, steal the ball, and just start shooting.
Just start putting them up, like
start shooting, nigga.
Like,
we
bro,
told you we did not invite you here.
You are not invited.
You don't play here. We told you to stay.
If you're not invited to a wedding, don't find a way to go to the wedding. Don't look for an opportunity to be at the wedding. Like, that's wild.
That's no. What's wild is that you have to say that if you're not invited to a wedding.
Yeah, because she was like, yeah, like, can I be your +1? Can you be my plus? Didn't she just tell you that she can't invite you?
Yeah, like.
And now I'm gonna bring you and make her feel awkward on her wedding day?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that makes.
Why would I make her wedding awkward?
Yeah. It's not even
That's
about
wild.
you. The people don't be thinking about them. The people always make shit about them. Like, it's not even about you for that day. At that point, if you can't get invited, if I want to be there, I can. But that's another thing. Like, I've had a couple of my best friends get married in random, you know what I'm saying? I want to say random because it wasn't random for them, but like in a time that was probably random for me to the point that I couldn't make it. You know what I mean? And they've got married in ways that maybe not have included me. It's never in my mind like made me be like, oh damn, I gotta question my friendship because this nigga decided to get married and I wasn't there. I'm like, I wasn't like friends with this nigga about, I don't know. To me, that's just weird. Like, is that what your friendship was built on? Being there for somebody, you know what I mean? Because that's another thing that
you know what?
End the friendship.
That's interesting that you say that because that's happened. There's been 2 close friends that are mutual friends for us, right?
Yeah.
That got married. One of them recently, another one within the last, I don't know, like 6 years.
Yeah.
And we weren't able to make it. And it wasn't even really like wasn't able to make it. They didn't invite us because it was a small, intimate thing. And that was fine. I didn't have no problem with that. These people are, I look at them like brothers. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, I have no issue with that. But there was a particular person that I was cool with at a point in time where every time he seen me, he referred to me as his brother. He'd be like, oh, I'm so happy that you're doing this. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we don't communicate. Yeah. We don't communicate. And that's cool because men, we don't necessarily always talk to our friends. Yeah. So that wasn't necessarily the issue. I think the bigger issue was it's just like, we don't communicate on any level. And you had a wedding that was in town. Because both of the weddings I'm talking about was out of town. Far as hell out of town. Mm-hmm. And you had a wedding that was in town. I met your girl before you got married, everything. And you ain't invite me to the wedding. And I'm not going to take it no type of way, but what make it feel weird is that why are you telling me your brother? Yeah. Like, why are you interacting with me like we're friends? Yeah. That's what make it weird. Yeah. Cause now I have to pinpoint the reasons why we're not friends. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just like, bro, that's weird, bro. Yeah. That's just weird. But outside of that, I don't really care about if you have a big moment and you want your big moment to be a certain level of private. Yeah. I'm not going to feel no type of way about that. Like, that's up to you. I mean, even me, like when I get married, I don't think I want a huge wedding. I don't think I want a huge wedding.
See, that be the thing. Like, when niggas make decisions like that, it be mad simple. When women make decisions like that, there actually be deeper shit to it. It'd be like, I don't want her there because, you know, like, I've literally heard girls say, like, I know a girl who, like, it's my cousin's friend. She didn't invite somebody to her wedding because the girl looked good. And she didn't want to be overshadowed on her wedding day. And she's one of her best friends and everything. But she didn't invite her to the wedding because, like, when she comes in the room,
everybody's gonna be paying attention to her.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, you know, it was the fact that from her that she looked good in her eyes, you know, enough so to take away from her on the wedding day. So she didn't invite her. Niggas don't invite niggas to their wedding. It's logistical reasons. You know what I mean? It's out of town.
That's different. Yeah,
it's random. It's like, oh, I had it over here.
But that brings me to a question though. Like, that brings me to a question, right?
But there's a lot of those little weird reasons like that. You know what I mean?
That is kind of because a lot
of those little things.
They shouldn't be friends then if you feel that way. But I think that it brings me to a question. I think that it's easier for men to upgrade themselves than it is for women. And I don't know, like, okay, so women have more surgery options for sure. Yeah. They got more surgery options. Yeah. But surgery don't necessarily equal upgrade all the time. Because
Yeah.
sometimes surgery look wild, like you look crazy.
Oh yeah, I swear.
Sometimes it don't look good.
No, I definitely was at the crib. My girl just showed me like all these bad surgeries. Some girl's butt looked like she has like a bag of marbles in her butt.
Like, come on, like
Literally,
that's
this
not
nigga
an
put
upgrade.
2 bags of marbles in each cheek and was like, here you go. Now you got a marble butt.
Now you got a marble. A marble.
That'll be $4,000. And I'm just like, damn, like.
And so there's more surgery options, but like, if a man decides to hit the gym consistently for like a year and a half, I mean, it's a lifestyle at that point.
Yeah.
But a year and a half into that lifestyle, and he started to dress like a notch and a half better, he damn near a new motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you damn near a new motherfucker for real. Like,
Yeah.
when you pop out now, it's almost completely different.
Yeah.
I don't know what the equivalent of that is for a woman, because I've seen women hit the gym and get new bodies, and it's like, okay, that is possible. That's a real thing. But I think that is less encouraged, low-key. Like, social media does a good job of displaying people that are in the gym.
Yeah.
But it also displays a lot of people who got surgery and went and started going to the gym and pretending like they got their bodies from the gym. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I just think there's like a worldwide. I feel like body dysmorphia is like a worldwide thing.
Oh yeah,
Just because of the amount of like
Instagram
surgeries.
alone, definitely, I would say, made body dysmorphia peak higher than it's ever been in human history.
I feel like it's just, a lot of weird double standards created by people. You know what I mean? Like, there's double standards that men create and there's double standards that women create. You know what I mean? Like, just for specifically how they are. Like, women create the double standard of age dating. You know what I mean? Women put this big thing on, the sexy grandpa, the silver fox. He's a little bit older, he's a little bit more mature. Guys just don't have that same taste and temperament and shit. And I feel like the thing with women is like the same thing. Women are just a lot more open to bodies. They're a lot more open to men usually looking certain types of ways. They're a lot more humble with shit. I told you, I can't tell you, women usually are.
Oh yeah, about to say women are definitely
women are way
open
more
to
humble
more
when it
body
comes
types.
to talking to people. They'll accept you more. Like, and a lot of people are saying, like, what are you thinking? But I'm just like, bro, I know way too many sloppy built men that have talked to women who people probably say their bodies are, near perfect in some aspects. You know what I mean? They're at least in shape. I've seen that happen a lot. Like, I myself have been a badly built man talking to a woman whose body probably was way out my league. It don't usually, you know what I mean? It's happened before. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like they're a lot humbler like that. Niggas have this thing with them where it's kind of like they'll be completely out of shape and still be like, yeah, bro, I don't really want to fuck with her. She got a little gut.
You know how many?
Bro, yeah, bro, I can't really fuck with her.
Do you know how
She a little
many?
chubby. And I'm looking like,
bro,
nigga, you look like.
You know how
You know
many?
what I'm saying?
There is a plethora of spam sandwich, Brunswiger eating, fucking bologna, just out the pack eating ass niggas that be on there talking about Lizzo a fat bitch. Bro, you are missing teeth.
You are
like,
missing teeth.
you look crazy.
You're missing teeth.
You smell bad.
You smell horrible.
Like, you look crazy.
You look wild.
Like, you look like when you walk past me, I'm clutching. Like my hand is on the handle of my gun when you walk past me. You look like you're down bad.
It be niggas look like they just woke up the entire day until they go to bed.
You look crazy.
Niggas stay looking like they just woke up. It be 6
and it's like, and it be them that be like, oh yeah,
up.
she looked. Da, da, da. So yeah, men do get more leeway with the body types for sure, and that's why I say it's easier for a dude to upgrade.
We get more leeway with age. Like I said, it evens out because when we're older,
I don't know if we get more leeway with age. We get more leeway with age if a woman is looking for an older man. We don't get more leeway as an older man looking for a younger woman.
Oh no! But
I mean, it happens way more often, but it looks crazy.
But other percentages though, just of talking to women, like for instance, like there's a lot of women. I've seen a lot of 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 40-year-old men talking to women in their 20s. I've seen it exponentially. I've seen it at undefined rates. We had a friend when we had our club, and he was 50 years old. He showed up every week with a different 20 or 30-year-old.
Wait, he was 50?
Yeah.
Who?
He's a grandpa. He came in, remember? Every week with a different 20-year-old. Every week with a different 30-year-old. That doesn't happen.
He was tweaking.
You know what I mean? Some niggas will. Some men.
I forgot about him.
Will jump in that pool and be like, okay, I want a cougar, but it's not put on a pedestal like how women put older men on a pedestal. When you start getting gray in your beard, there's a large amount of women that fuck with that. There's a large amount of women that will just date a man 20 years older than them that has nothing to do financially. The same pool does not exist of men. it's more fetishized. Yeah, there's the niggas who like, oh, I like cougars and all that. But women in general who want to settle down, who's not just being like fetishy about it, like to date older men because of the fact that women definitely mature more than men. I don't know whenever you wanna say or theorize that can stop in adulthood, you know what I mean? But they have this thing of, okay, I'm gonna date an older guy, he's gonna be a little bit more mature. He's gonna have a little bit more together. Like,
I don't know. I still struggle with the definition of mature.
yeah, I do too.
I don't really know what that means.
I feel like it's an arbitrary definition of mature that they use, but it's more like the idea of mature. Like, because a lot of women's idea of mature, it probably differs from person to person. You know what I mean?
I see, but I think that the most consistent definition that people tend to like offer up for mature is someone that is organized and logistical. But I don't really, because they're like, oh, you like, for example, when people call girls mature, it's like, you're handling your responsibilities. You're going to, you have a job in class, and you're doing this and that. That's what we have
to do. And you know what's crazy? I used to think that's like, as a kid, when you're dating and you start coming up and you're making the transition from dating like teenagers to young women to grown women, in your mind, that area and that idea of mature is just like, oh wow, she got her shit together. But I remember being a young man and putting that in my head. Oh yeah, she got her shit together. She got a crib, car, career. She doing her thing. But there's 1,000 different ways you could be emotionally immature. You can be very systematically. You can be very organized and just good at getting jobs and be stupid as hell. Be that type. You could just be intellectually immature. I've talked to somebody that you wouldn't know. They got a good job. They got a decent car. But when you're talking to them, you just feel like there's this intellectual drop off there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys the same way too. So I do feel
that's facts. Like, I've definitely had conversations with people where like you just say some real wild shit. Like this one time I was on a date and this girl was like, oh yeah, I think men should eat steak. What? And it was just like I understand the food industry has done a great job at making people think of men when they think of certain food items, like hamburgers or like steak. So I get it, but I don't at the same time, because it's like, you way too old. You're like 32 with a kid. Yeah. And you think like a man's not a manly man if he's not eating steak, which is ultra wild for me, because on an intellectual level, like, what is steak? Like, what is it though? Like, literally, what is it?
What, a dead animal?
Not just a dead animal. What type of animal?
A dead cow.
A dead female cow.
Yeah.
What's manly about that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm eating a big slab of estrogen.
Yeah. Manly is another thing. What's manly or what's like masculine in nature is another one of those things that are so fucking arbitrary.
It's like, yeah, it's just like what is that?
It's like, but what men think is usually feminine, and what women think is usually masculine, is always usually some fucking arbitrary. Whenever somebody makes a big deal about that,
it's definitely arbitrary.
It's not arbitrary for everybody, but if you're the type of person to make a big deal about that, I guarantee you that 90% of the time when you give me the definition, like if you're gonna come out and be like, I just need a man to be masculine, or you're gonna come out like, I just need a woman that's feminine, and you give me the definition,
man. That whole conversation gets on my nerves, bro.
Most of the time, it's gonna sound simple.
That conversation. Cause all right, let's get into it. All right. So number one, I'm not a red pill nigga. You know what that is?
Nah, break it down to me.
Red pill niggas are men who feel that, number one, women are too masculine in today's time. They feel that they have to interact with women from a perspective or from a place where they're uncompromising and kind of like dictatorial.
Oh, Andrew Tate. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yes. My boy said, Andrew Tate. Yeah, Andrew Tate. There's a bunch of niggas. But, but the thing is this, though. Some of the shit they be saying be on point. But the thing is this, though. The thing that really bothered me is that I, as a man who has dated women my entire life, have encountered many women who may be that way for you or for the next motherfucker. But they don't act like that to me. Yeah. And I think that I really feel like a lot of these dudes be setting themselves up for failure. Because it's like, oh, you too masculine. What's masculine about her? All right, number one, she focused on her job. Okay, she focused on her career. Cool, boom, boom, boom. She don't really want to do the housewife stuff right now.
But the crazy for focusing on her career is wild.
But the crazy thing is, all right, so Lum, you've known me to like pretty much date nothing but women that are focused on their career.
Yeah.
you've also known those same women to be very like housely in a relationship with me. Like they cook, they clean, they do all that extra shit.
Yeah.
I don't really think that it has to be either or. I think that you don't inspire that in her.
Yeah.
I think you don't inspire her to want to cook for you,
Bro,
nigga.
trust me.
I think
I understand exactly
I don't think you
what
don't
you're saying,
inspire that
because
shit,
for
bro.
years I've been seeing niggas say statuses that like put statuses up and shit and make posts that say shit like, oh, girls don't do, and it'll be a list of shit that I be having done for me in whatever relationship I've ever been in since I've been dating. And I just be thinking like, nah, bro, you're just not it. No one's trying to cook for you. You're not worthy of being cooked for. You're not worthy of somebody like, thinking of loving you enough to be like, let me make sure I can help this nigga get his clothes clean so he has some clean clothes. You're not doing the shit you're supposed to do. You're not worthy of that if you're not getting that. There's plenty of women out here. I see niggas ain't not worthy of it, getting it all the time. So if you're not getting it, because I see unworthy motherfuckers getting it all the time.
All the time. I know niggas
women date down. Let's make one thing straight. No matter what we have to go through, women have to date down a lot more than we do. It is way tougher for them to date than it is for us. It's not even fucking close. It's not close.
Yeah.
The amount of women that you can think of, and that's anybody listening to this podcast, think of the amount of women that have their own crib, their own car, own career, and count them. Think of the amount of men that you have.
And it's not even just like
and it's not even a number. Now think about the amount of women that you know who have dated a nigga with less than them.
Yeah.
Think about the amount of men that you know who have done the same. It don't happen that often. It happens sometimes, but you're a mulligan if it's like that.
It happens sometimes.
Not a lot of niggas are gonna take the broke girl and I hate when people be like, oh, a man's not loved correctly unless he can provide. I've seen mad niggas not providing nothing but a body to take up space, maybe some dick, and a bag full of clothes, probably a PS5, and they're getting love just fine.
Not even a PS5. Shorty bought it.
Yeah, PS4, fam. PS4, that's what he came with. She had the PS5. You gotta leave that motherfucker there when you leave, and the games that you buy, because it's not even yours. Like, and my whole thing is, it's like, yo, like, it's to me, it's way harder for them, because it's like, I see it. The amount of times I've seen a woman try to put a man back on, I'm saying, his feet, I don't have enough fingers and toes to count. I have not seen the opposite in great number. I've seen a nigga stay at a woman's crib at least 100 zillion times in my life. I have not seen the opposite. So like, as much as we definitely be going through our things with women and shit, they definitely have it worse dating, because y'all niggas be out here tripping. Y'all some little dirty poo butt ass niggas for with the wrong old heads, and it's tough out here. I be understanding.
It's that part, but it's also just like so number one, my mother raised me she don't like when people whine. Like, she used to hate the sound of whining. So naturally I picked up the habit of not liking whiny shit. I don't like whiny tones of voice. I don't like when people whine. The shit gets on my nerves deeply. And that goes for excessive complaining. When someone's complaining about something consistently, it gets on my fucking nerves. Now, it's one thing if you bring it up and you know you brought it up. You can bring something up every time I see you, but the amount and intensity that you talk about it can vary. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if it's like your main meat and potato topic of conversation for like 30, 40 minutes, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm tired of it. Yeah. And I think that's what gets on my nerves about this red pill movement, is just like, y'all niggas complain about masculine women so bad, but you don't inspire no shorty to do nothing else. Like, you don't inspire it from her. Yeah, she ain't give it to you. And the last 8 girls you dated ain't give it to you because you're a fucking lame.
Yes, that's all it is.
That's all it really boils down to. You're doing this elaborate explanation of why they should be giving you shit.
There should be
that's reserved for the next nigga.
There should be like a fucking AA class for being a fucking lame. Real shit. There needs to be there needs to be some type of motherfucking class where niggas can sit in a fucking
class
circle
for being
and
a
all
fucking
these niggas
lame.
They be online talking about the shit that women ain't doing no more. That real niggas are still getting done on a fucking daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be one of those fucking classes for these niggas to go and complain about. They can all sit in a fucking circle and just be like, yo, I just feel like, you know, women aren't, you know, they don't do shit women used to do. And it needs to be a nigga on the other side. Like, maybe do you feel like this? Maybe the reason that you feel like this, did you ever think about it in your head? Like, and take the time to really think that the reason that you have these feelings is because you're a fucking lame? Did you ever think about that? And they can be like,
lame
you know
ass niggas anonymous.
Like, damn. Like, I never thought about that. Like, somebody,
like, bro,
there needs to be a resource for niggas. That's why I need to
And I'm not saying I'm the smoothest motherfucker in the world. I'm not saying I'm the most whatever, because I ain't the most nothing. I'm just the most myself.
I'm very self-aware.
And it's really just like, okay, why do you feel that like some niggas lead with that?
Yeah.
Like I've talked to different women in different situations where they'll be like, yeah, like I'll be on a date and a nigga will lead with like, are you a masculine woman? Like, bro, like we ain't even got the food on the table. Like
that?
some niggas lead
Are you
with
a
that.
masculine woman?
Some niggas lead with that. Like, oh, I'm an alpha male, so I need a woman that's going, follow my lead and do this. Let me tell you something.
That sentence.
Let me tell you something.
I'm an alpha male.
Let me tell you something right now. Let me put it in context. If you are in a situation, like let's put it in context. Let's put it in a deep context. Zombie apocalypse. Boom.
Yeah.
It's crazy outside.
It's wild as fuck.
It's wild outside.
Niggas is eating fucking brains outside.
Right. Niggas is eating brains outside.
Yep.
We're held up inside of a building. We're safe for now. 2 niggas is in the building. 1 nigga got a shotgun, 2 pistols. I just seen him make a fire out of office supplies.
Yeah.
And this nigga's over here gathering all the food in the building and putting it in one location. And then there's another nigga on the other corner trying to talk to everybody about how he's an alpha male and people need to follow him. Yes. Which nigga is you gonna follow? Yes. I'm gonna say, yo, bro, how you do that? Yeah. I'm rocking with him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn from him. He got weapons. He just made a fire. He not talking. He not wasting no words, no energy. Yeah. But there's this nigga over here in the corner talking about, I'm an alpha male. Everyone should gather around and listen to me because I'm alpha. Like, bro, clearly, you're not an alpha.
Clearly, you're not an alpha.
If you're on a date with a woman and it's your first, second, third date, it's an early date. Yeah. And you over here explaining to her how you're an alpha male, you're a fucking lame, bro. Yeah. You're lame.
My whole thing is like,
that's weird as hell.
Even if you want to fucking equate women being self-sufficient and independent to being masculine, that's all because of shit that they fucking had to do from situations. No matter what you wanted, I'm not gonna get into the whole reason black males not in the house. Whether you want to blame it on the government or blame it on niggas or blame it whatever you want to blame it on the crack era, blame it on Martin Luther King getting killed, blame it on whoever you want to blame it on. But the fact is, the shit happened. Men were not in houses. Women had to self-sustain. So if you want to equate being masculine with being independent and self-sustained, whatever. If that's your fucking opinion, that's cool. Wild. But what is your fucking excuse for wanting to be pampered like a fucking little bitch with bringing nothing to the table? That's not even a feminine trait. Women have never wanted to fucking be pampered without bringing anything to the table. Women have always brought shit to the table. That's not a weird trait.
A lot of these dudes feel like they bring money and security to the table and that they're paying bills and that basically it's financial.
I don't even be seeing.
First of all, most of these,
first of all, I be seeing niggas who can't pay a bill saying that. I see niggas who can't pay a bill talking about they alpha males because they got time. You gotta understand, niggas who make money on that.
Wait, pause. Let's push pause on that. Let's push pause on that. I be seeing niggas that can't pay a bill talking about they are alpha male is deep.
It's deep and ranting about it and talking about how they grow wrong. I be looking at niggas that like I literally have seen a nigga complain about his baby mom for 2 hours, knowing that if she disappeared off of this earth, you would have no fucking idea where your kids would go. You have no fucking idea what you would do. You would be completely lost. You have no roof to put them under. And you're complaining, there's not shit she can do. She can spit in your face. You still wouldn't have the room to complain because she is the sole reason that your kids are alive and surviving at this time. I've seen men in that situation, and I'm not talking disparaging nobody, but at the time, you're homeless, technically, you don't got no job, technically, and your baby mom is the only reason that your kids are alive, safe, chilling. What the fuck do you have to complain about? Niggas don't be having that much complaint. That's why I'm saying, it'd be weird.
And the thing is, it'd be a lot of motherfuckers who are in relationships complaining about women these days. Why do you care?
Why do you care?
Why do you care?
Why do you care?
You don't need to care.
Why do you care?
You got one.
You have one. I'm in a relationship. Niggas know. I have no reason to be talking about women these days ain't doing much motherfucking da-da-da. Women these days. And guess what? When I was single, I wasn't doing that because I'm not a fucking lame like y'all niggas. And I don't have them fucking issues. I never had mad women issues. That's why I don't have no fucking reason to complain. I'm not out here lying. I never was out here running around doing no dickhead shit. Either some shit worked out with somebody and it didn't, and usually my shit ended cordially. I don't really have a lot of motherfuckers out here head hunting or can backtrack me to say some wild Grammy shit because Lum just don't be on that type of shit usually. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. And it just be like, even, and to me, the complaints niggas be having definitely just be wild for real. I feel like niggas need more. I feel like niggas just need more communication. Maybe we just need to talk to each other more.
I don't know. Maybe we should interview a real red pill nigga.
No, we can't do that, bro.
Maybe we should see what this nigga got to say. Cause my thing is like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You just don't inspire it in her. She don't want to do it for you.
Yeah, like.
Because you don't know what she's doing for the next nigga. You ever hear talking about she don't cook, she don't clean, she's not feminine. What does that mean? She's not feminine. What does that mean? She talked to you rough, and she talked to you crazy. All right, boom. Get your binoculars and go see what she doing with her new nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, she over there talking to him.
Talking to him nice.
She made that nigga breakfast.
Talking to him nice. Let me just say, I've had a fucking history of like when I was younger, talking to certain motherfuckers. People be like, oh, they got an attitude. They're fucking mean as fuck. Never experienced it ever again. Because I just, like, oh yeah, you're just a fucking lame. Like
that's what it really be boiling down to.
Like, it's just sometimes you just be fucking lame. Like
And so at the end of the day, man, I don't get it, man. I don't think I could ever be a part of that community just because number one, I don't like complaining.
Yeah.
And number two, it's just like y'all niggas complain about everything, and they be like. They take every opportunity to whine about women wanting to be equal in any way. Like, oh, you're not equal. Bro, this is my thing, bro. I'm not about to argue with nobody about how they feel about themselves. I don't care.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care. I just don't. I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I'll never understand, but
I don't get it.
If you're a red pill nigga and you want to get interviewed, man, say something in the comments. We might consider it. I don't know.
Something else I was thinking about. I think it's crazy how people have so much raw sex but won't drink tap water.
That's different. Because I'm not drinking tap water.
I'm not either.
But I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of spring water.
Also, though, you're not having random raw sex all the time with multiple people without really thinking about the consequences.
Right. And if
I'm not talking about who's having raw sex with their fucking partner for fucking 3 years.
No. But if I ever in
a
a situation where I'm about to have raw sex, then like the checkup cards come out like let me see your match chart, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What did you get? Like, what's your shit looking like?
No, but if it came down to it and you had to do one without being able to check shit, which one would you do?
What are you saying? What's the question?
The question is, if you had to do one, would you have random raw sex in a vagina that you knew nothing about,
or drink tap water,
or drink random tap water from a tap you knew nothing about?
I'm gonna drink that tap because I know how to get past that. I'm gonna drink that tap and then I'm gonna treat my body right.
Because you're sensible. I think 90% of the people are doing the opposite. And I'll go fuck what y'all say in the comments. Y'all liars.
No, you're right
liars.
Because most people, number one, no one likes the taste of tap water. If you like the taste of tap water, then you kill children and small animals.
If you like the taste of
tap water, you are a serial killer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you do different shit.
Evaluate your priorities.
You like the taste of tap water.
If you're out here intentionally drinking tap water.
Yeah.
When I go to restaurants, I don't even drink the water. Because it tastes like it is tap water, but tap water just has a taste to it, man.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But no, you're right, because a lot of motherfuckers, first of all, I would say 70 to 60% of people that have sex have raw sex.
Yeah.
And
you being kind, I was gonna say higher.
I maybe, probably.
I was gonna say higher. I've been in situations, I know there's a lot of stigma. I've been in situations where a motherfucker has got offended about me bringing up using a condom. I've at least in my years.
If you're offended by a condom, that's deep.
Offended. I've seen at least 3 women get be a whole fight almost, like offended. So
like it's up because I want to wrap my dick up.
Like, oh wow, really? Because I brought a condom out or something. Oh wow, really? Like.
And then it's not even about the STD. Like I mean, it is, but it's also I'm not trying to have a baby.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah. But that's why I know, like, motherfuckers will be having raw sex. Motherfuckers will fuck. Most of these people have had 10 random raw bodies that they've done research on, but haven't had 10 glasses of tap water in their life. And I just think, not saying that you should do either.
But like, are you saying tap water in general? Or are you saying tap water or water in general?
I'm saying tap water. I'm saying tap water is treacherous as it can be. It's not as bad as having like an STD that you can never get rid of.
Right. So you're saying like their priority is like, oh, I would never drink tap water, but you fucking randoms, bro.
Yeah, but you're eating AIDS like on a daily basis. Like you just put your face in like fucking AIDS. You don't even know it. You just, you know what I'm saying? You just dick down some chlamydia, but good thing you ain't drink that tap water. You're a fucking zoo
but you know what's crazy
with
though?
15 crabs, but great thing you ain't
First of all,
but
that brings me to this water in general though.
Yeah.
Because there was you know what, I'm going to refrain from saying how I know this person. But I'm going to say that there was a girl that I know. First of all, let me give you a synopsis of this this woman's character by saying this first.
Okay.
Her favorite food, the food that she would 10 out of 10 recommend, is Kraft mac and cheese.
Not her favorite food. Not like her favorite food. Not if she was on death row and that was her last meal. She's eating Kraft.
And you know what's crazy? When I heard that was her favorite food, that was the scenario. If I was on death row and they gave me a last meal, I want Kraft mac and cheese. And she said she wanted it with some type of condiment that don't belong on no fucking macaroni and cheese. I can't. Mayonnaise. I think it was mayonnaise, bro.
All right. Was this person of
She wanted mayonnaise on her Kraft mac and cheese.
Was this person of the unmelanated persuasion by chance?
She was of the melanated persuasion.
She was the melanated persuasion?
She was a melanated woman.
That is
And this is the deepest part though. She had a lot of mental health issues.
Okay. Well, everything makes sense.
But she also had a lot of physical health issues.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't say she had a lot of mental health issues because that's not necessarily true. She had a mood disorder. That's not a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah.
A lot of people have mood disorders. That's beside the point. I'm just bringing that up because I feel like some of her psychological issues, not necessarily diagnosed issues, just habits, were related to her physical health, right? She didn't drink water.
Yeah.
She refused to drink water. She don't drink water, nigga. Like, my thing is how are you out here having sex? How are you out here existing and you refuse to drink water?
Yeah, that's another
You don't want no water?
Because some people just don't drink water. I've seen that.
You just don't want water.
They just don't want water.
You just gonna always drink something that got 39 grams of fucking sugar in it.
39? You mean 126 probably.
That's all you doing?
That's all you doing. 126 grams down. And if you don't got that, you ain't even drinking.
Sugar produces Canadia. Is that what it's called? Canadia? Sugar inspires the body to have a lot of yeast.
Yeah.
You yeasty.
You yeasty beastie.
You a beastie yeast.
You a fucking beastie beast from the
You
east.
a yeasty beast from the motherfucking east. And water is not among the things that you eat. So I'm trying to figure out how.
That's crazy.
And I brought up the Kraft mac and cheese just to show you that there has to be a level of delusion.
Oh yeah.
Because people say all the time, my favorite food is mac and cheese. I find that to be strange, but that's cool because mac and cheese can be fire.
Yeah. You talking about out the stove, you know what I mean?
Like homemade,
Yeah.
You made rouge sauce with the cheese, you seasoned it, you poured it in, you mix it up, you put extra cheese on the top.
Yeah.
You might, whatever extra shit you want to add, I'm not even judging you because if you did the base right, it's gonna be fire regardless.
Yeah.
You want Kraft.
You want Kraft macaroni.
You want your shit made in a styrofoam bowl in the microwave.
Yeah.
You want your shit made like noodles.
Mm-hmm. With a little yellow powder.
You want to pour cheese powder on your shit.
You just eating yellow.
With red hot and mayonnaise.
It's not cheese powder. That's just yellow powder. You just
That's
eating
just
yellow.
Yellow 5 powder, flavored like cheese.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's not even flavored like cheese because the shit don't taste like cheese.
No, I don't taste like cheese. That's a struggle.
The noodles look fucking extra special.
Yeah.
Like, what is them noodles? Are those even noodles?
Yeah. But I'm just a man that, like, I can see if you was like, damn, if you was fucking down and you ain't had no bread, would you eat some Kraft macaroni and cheese? Somebody say, yeah.
If I was down and had no bread, of course.
But like, if I had a choice of anything in the fucking world,
first of all,
to have a choice of anything, because you do realize when you're on death row, you have a choice of anything in the world. Like, you can literally ask.
She
for
said
anything.
she wanted Kraft mac and cheese.
I read killers
with mayonnaise.
People have suggested banquets. They've got like one nigga got a motherfucking banquet. He ordered like a whole chicken, a whole pie, a pan of macaroni cheese jam, and then he just like, I'm not even hungry. He just didn't say fuck them.
First of all, if I'm about to die today, I'm eating.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely eating.
And I'm eating in spite too, because I know when you die, the first thing you do is shit yourself.
Yeah, swear.
So I'm eating all that.
All that nasty ass
Fuck
shit.
y'all niggas. I'm eating
Matter of
everything.
fact, I'm about to die. Let me drink a little bit of that vegetable oil. I'm gonna make this shit real hard for y'all niggas.
Now let me wash it down with some Metamucil.
I'm gonna make this shit really fucking insane for y'all niggas.
Let me wash this down with some fucking laxative.
Y'all gonna remember me, like.
Nah, bro.
That's wild.
So if you out here, you not drinking water.
Drink fucking water.
Someone gave me this analogy before, right?
You're sick and you don't drink no fucking water.
Somebody gave me this analogy before. She said, I don't know where she got it from, but she said that not drinking water was the equivalent to filling up a bathtub, taking a bath, draining half the bath water out, and then the next day filling up the bathtub again with half dirty water and half clean water and taking another bath and perpetually doing that forever.
Yeah, that's
because your organs are not being cleansed, because water is needed in the process of the self-cleaning mechanisms of your body.
yeah.
The self-cleaning mechanisms of your body use what you intake to help themselves regulate.
Yeah.
And if you're not giving your body just the bare minimum of water, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You just out here drinking fucking juice all day? Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, as a person that's now in a position of like getting to know new people, if someone don't drink water, like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, if I went on a date with somebody and they, like, you know me, like, I'm super like water. Like, I don't even drink nothing else in a day but water, y'all. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. It's not a hyperbole or anything.
That's definitely true.
If they open up a can of pop, if they drink pop, bro,
It's probably up. It's over.
it's not.
It's like a
I
cigarette.
can't even talk.
It's like a cigarette for you.
It is a cigarette for me. And then a cigarette. If you smoke cigarettes, to me, you might as well smoke crack. You might as well smoke crack. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, if you are a person that is gonna just in your downtime at the crib light up a cigarette,
Yeah.
you might as well smoke crack to me.
It is fucking trash. Like, I've definitely dated a fucking cigarette smoker.
It's done. It's done.
It was over, fam.
It's over.
It was over.
And it ain't even gotta be on no date and shit. It's just like, you can't be around me like that.
Yeah.
Don't come to my crib saying, "Oh, you mind if I spark this black?" Yes.
I do, man.
A black is a big ass cigarette.
Yeah.
It's a long cigarette.
It's a big cigarette. It's long. It's a thick cigarette.
That's
thick,
it.
Thick, thick. That's a thick cigarette with your fucking tongue slapping the top of your teeth. That's how that shit is fucking strong too. I feel ashamed of myself. I just had a wild ass childhood, but I just remember smoking blacks in the club.
I remember smoking blacks, and they make my breath taste like fucking ass.
Like ass. Fucking rapping, get on my level in the club, thinking I was cool with a big ass jersey and a hat on.
Yeah, that's how it was. You probably had a T under the jersey.
Definitely a T under the
Matching
jersey.
T.
And a do-rag under the hat. Nigga, what you talking about? What you talking about?
And shorts under the jeans.
And shorts under the motherfucking jeans.
Niggas had
nigga.
outfits under their outfits.
Nigga, outfit.
Niggas had outfits under the outfit,
Your
bro.
outfits under your outfits is
That was a day where nigga could take off his whole outfit and still have the outfit on to hoop.
Niggas was acting like we was all going D1. We did not need to always be ready to hoop.
Niggas was always, I
Gotta
got my
be ready.
shorts on right now.
I got them on right now. Nigga, you
Why?
got slippers on. We can't hoop.
Right.
I'll figure it out. Like, nah, bro. No. You don't need to fucking have a whole outfit on under your fucking outfit.
That was a thing.
That's fucking hilarious because we damn sure was walking around in 80-degree weather, walking around with fucking underwear, basketball shorts, and some fucking jeans on. The nerve.
That was a thing.
Little fucking nuts smelling like hell, complaining about what girls is talking about.
I mean, at
Smelling
no
like
point,
fucking
at no point in my
Armageddon
life,
down there.
at no point in my life did I ever complain about women. And that's not even like, I don't complain about women. I'm not simping because I'm not a simp. I cut people off. I don't talk to people.
Yeah.
I tell people I ain't got time. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, at no point in my life was I complaining about shit like that, bro. Because it's just like, bro, stop it.
Yeah.
But that brings me to something that happened recently, bro. We have so one of my good friends is my brother right here. Let us do to death, man. This guy,
I think I know what you're talking about.
you absolutely know what I'm talking about. This guy, I need to have a talk with my brother because I feel like he's deeply jaded. I feel like there's a lot going on that makes him deeply agitated and irritated about a lot of things, but in this instance we're talking about women, right?
Yeah.
He, for the life of him, he cannot refer to women as women. And I think he prefers to use the word bitches. And that's whatever. Some people just don't care. That's fine. I'm not tripping. But the thing is like, if you not some like pimp ass nigga, if you ain't selling pussy, don't be out here talking to girls in their face, calling them bitches, and then wonder why they not trying to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Or wonder like why you making people uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it just made me think about that because I feel like it's not just a him thing. It's a lot of motherfuckers. Like,
Oh yeah, of course.
and I feel like, damn, like
It's a big thing.
it's almost like it's almost like you going to a job interview and the interviewer is this white guy and he's like, yeah, like, how are you with being on time? And you're like, yeah, I can be on time. He's like, good, because you know how niggas is. Niggas ain't never on time. and then you don't want the job.
Yeah.
And you like, yo, I ain't working for this motherfucker. And then he's like, yo, I don't understand why black people don't want to work here.
Yeah, like
Like, I don't get why black people don't want to fucking work here.
yeah, because you're referring to me as some shit that like culture has come to a point and literally asked you not to refer to me as.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
You can't die on certain hills.
It's that simple.
See, certain people, you can't die on every hill, bro, and that's definitely not the hill. I'm not about to die on the hill of me calling somebody something they don't want to be called. I don't care what you are or what you subscribe or what you feel like you are inside. If you tell me that you would prefer to be called something, I don't really, unless you ask me to call you some wild shit, you know what I mean? Listen, niggas like,
If you ask
I
me
prefer
to
be called Poppy. I'm like, no, I'm cool, bro.
Oh no, I thought you was talking.
That.
See, I took it to a whole new level. I was thinking completely left. I was thinking like if my girl want me to call her some wild shit, like I'll call you whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, I mean, if that's your shit, you know what I mean? You want to be a dirty fucking slut.
You're a dirty fucking slut.
It's not my style, but if that's what you want to do,
it's whatever.
I will.
But outside of that, like I'm not referring to people. But that I would say though,
it's about what you want to be referred to as.
But I'm not great at the pronouns though. I'm not great at pronouns. I'm not intentionally not great at it. I'm just not great at it because sometimes I forget. And then it's hard because there's people who will be like, I prefer to go by him, he, but you're wearing Daisy Dukes. And so it's harder for me sometimes because I'll forget just because I go by how someone presents.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a woman wearing Daisy Dukes and a halter top, but she's a him, he, or he. See?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
she's a him, he.
I'm like, damn, I fuck those up. But that's the only thing for real. Like everything else to me is whatever.
That's the difference between when you're allowed to get offended and when you're not. Like if you want to get offended at the motherfucker who's refusing to call you what you prefer to be called on purpose, okay, that's fine.
That's different.
If you want to get offended at me because I'm not fucking versed in that community and I slip up, I don't really give a fuck.
I mean, because if I make an honest mistake, then it's an honest mistake.
You're going to take that honest mistake and you're going to put it in your pocket and go about the rest of your fucking day. Like, I swear to God.
Putting the honest mistake in your pocket is so crazy. Like,
shit. Put that motherfucker right in your pocket, tuck it in, and go about your day. Because, like, it's an honest mistake, fam. I'm not out here trying to
come at you crazy.
Yeah, I didn't accidentally call you, like, a bad name. If I call you he when you feel like a she, if I call you him when you feel like a her, that's an honest mistake. If you tell me, I'm like, oh, my bad, fam. You know what I mean? I'm going to call you homie from now on. I'm going to pick a random name of endearment that I call everybody. You won't have to stick with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'll try to get it right the next time. But, like, I'm not finna go on an apology parade because I made an honest mistake.
No,
you know
I'm not even the type of person to do that way. In any instance, am I going on an apology parade?
I'm not going on an apology parade.
But yeah, I mean, not even to get on that particular topic. But yeah, there's some things that I think people choose to die on that are not worth it.
Yeah.
Like there's just a hill that you want to climb up this hill and down this hill, but the W that you're going for don't mean shit.
Yeah, if you get the belt, like no one's gonna be there.
Like no one cares about that W.
You're literally trying to compete for the fucking dumbass championship of the world. That belt says fucking the dumbest nigga in the world.
Like no one cares on that. like the niggas that go back and forth between whether the earth is round or flat. Bro, you ain't been out the country. You don't have a passport. Go see some shit.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to argue with you about the shape of this motherfucker. I'm trying to eat some different food from a different country.
Yeah.
I'm trying to dance to some new music.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what shape it is. I want to see it all.
Yeah, my whole thing is like...
I don't give a fuck what shape it is. I want to see it all.
My whole thing is like, all right, I'll bite. The earth's flat. Now what?
Now what? Nothing changes for me. I still need to see it all.
Now what? Are you still trying to go on vacation? Probably. You still gotta go work tomorrow? Now you can prove this